Okay, so I want to walk through how you're going to start designing and practicing to design some pages once you get logged into Balfour. So first, when you log into Balfour, you will type in your username and password and you'll come to this screen first. Let me make sure we're on the right project. We need to be on the 2021 project. Give it a second to load that up. Okay, so you're going to see at the top 2021 Muhlenberg County High School, then that's our project number. So click Launch Encore right here. When you come to that page, I don't think you guys will see this because this is me setting up things for the yearbook. Skip it for now. Okay, you'll come to No Pages Are Open. You'll click the little book at the top right to see all of the pages. Now, this is our very big empty blank yearbook right now, so there's not much on it. This page will simply be the first opening page of the book that'll have title, etc., some photos on it. This will be the first actual spread of the book. Now, a spread is 2 pages left and right on a book. So let's open pages 2 and 3. Okay, now when you come to a blank spread, you have different options. Again, spread, the 2 pages left and right. My first thing would be to look at templates. Now, we haven't decided what groups we're going to use yet, but I would say it's easiest to start with a template and you can delete or add to from there. So depending on what you're covering, like if it's sports, if you have portraits, whatever, come look through these layouts and decide kind of what you think you want your page to look at. Like if we know we're going to use a lot of circles or we're going to use bars to divide things up, maybe we'll seek out those and make those favorites. But for the first little bit when we're deciding things, we'll start with some of these more blank white backgrounds. Now there are some that have paint in the background and bright colors. As long as we're using these to where they're consistent, we choose one and use it all the way through the book. For example, last year we used, where is it? They may change them. No, it's the same ones. I can't remember. We used some of them from one of these last year. It wasn't Take Note, was it? No, because that one's more elementary looking. A lot of these are meant for elementary school, middle school books to be like every single page. Copy, paste. But we have 240 pages, so if we use these same ones again and again, we're going to get sick of them very fast. So let's go to, just pick one. Let's say we have this one. I'm going to add to page. Now, here's the thing. When you add it to the page, you're going to either replace everything on the page or add to existing content. The page was blank to start with. There's no problem. I can just click apply because it's going to replace everything. But you want to make sure if there's something on it, like let's say you already had a title and 4 pictures and you don't want to go back and find those pictures again, make sure you click add to existing content so you don't delete your former work. Okay, and then we will leave it like that for now. Okay. It couldn't find anything on there and I clicked that we were merging the two. Okay, so now you have photo boxes. Okay, come over here to your cursor, click this box. You don't want to put one there, you want to put something else, delete it. Okay, so maybe you're going to put a graph in there and you don't want to have that big photo box there. Okay, text box. You can click on that and create one. Or you can use the ones that came with it. It's already large. Like a title. And then this one here is going to have a much smaller font. This is more body text. You're writing out a long paragraph. Okay, then there are basic shapes. So let's say you wanted to create some lines across the pages. I would never draw two. I would always copy the other one because that seems like a silly idea that I just did. But let's say like you really wanted to have some line works going across the pages, like you were making it look like random strings. Okay, you could draw lines. Now the only thing is, go back to my cursor because I'm not drawing anymore. You really want them to be something else. So click on that. Well, you really wanted them to be, work with me, little guy. You really wanted them to be somewhere else, so you're going to move them, or you're going to change them, or you didn't want them to be on top of the pictures, you wanted them to be behind the pictures. So then you can go in and edit them some more. So let's say I'm going to put them all together. Why does it only give me the option to clear? And then I can move layer 1 on top. Come on. Maybe it's not working because it's blank. Okay. You can also delete them all that way. I was trying to show you that you can, okay, when you right click on an object, you can bring it forward or back. So let me try again with this bar. Let's say you put in a box and it is not giving me any options right now. Goodness. Okay, so you wanted to put in a box with a design and you didn't want it to be on top of the photos. So you can come back and click bring to front so that it's now behind the images. Okay, now there's also, when you go back to templates, backgrounds, graphics, fonts, and colors. So if you wanted a background, like you're doing something about back to school, so you want it to be a chalkboard, you come back and you're going to click whether you want it on behind both sides or left and right. I'm going to do it on both sides. So now we have a chalkboard back there. Again, some of the reasoning you might want something like designs on your pictures. You might be drawing something on the chalkboard. Okie dokie. Coming back over here to templates, graphics. So, like I said earlier, maybe you didn't want that giant picture in that section. You want to go in and add a photo or a clip art, or it's going to be all about 11th grade. And we're using these giant stars throughout the book, which we're not, but we could. There we go. So you could put in a graphic right there. Okay, now let's go back out to our, again, graphics. There's a bunch of them. You also don't have to use them. You can upload them. Under my uploads, there's going to be nothing because it's a blank book. But come out here, search Mustang logo, or maybe you're looking up the TikTok logo or whatever we're talking about. I should have put Muhlenberg and I should have spelled it correctly. Shoo, guys. What a mess. Anyway, so come back and say you want this logo. We have some options. Click, click. So right click on this, save image as, type in what it is so that you don't lose it amongst all your other stuff. Mustang logo. Okay, now here's the trick that I like to show you guys. If you go to remove background, it saves you so much time in Photoshop and other photo editing sites, to where you don't want all that white space. You just want just the logo, because this Mustang logo we saved had a bunch of white around it. It didn't have the background free kind of picture. So it's down here. It pops up in my downloads bar, but in case you can't find it, you can go to your downloads. Maybe not. Maybe it downloaded to my desktop. There it is. I have my function set to where it comes straight to desktop most of the time. Oh, goodness. And maybe it's going to fail because That's the way this tutorial is going. Okay, let's try this one. Save. Mustang logo. It was a weird file. Take 2. Try that. Okay, so there it is, and it just removed the background. I can download it now, full free. Now, you can't really do a high-res one, but as long as you get a photo, this has worked really well for me for last year and for everything I've been doing so far. Now, did I have 2 pages open? Yes, I did. Okay, so if you want to upload that, you come over here, click on the little plus sign. It's kind of hidden in the bottom right. I always forget that it's down there. Okay, so downloads this time because I'm looking for the one that says remove background. Upload. And we just stuck our first graphic in there. Okay, so let's say I want to use this one, add it to my page. I'm going to put it there. Now it's going to be tiny because I didn't search for one that was large. It's probably not going to let me make it too much larger. But now I have Mustang. Maybe I want to put it down here by all my page numbers. Just depends on what I'm doing with it. Okay, this tutorial is running kind of long. Let's get into fonts. We are going to eliminate the fonts down and only use about 5 different ones for the whole book. So we can talk more about that. But when you come over here to fonts, it'll show you the options you have. The nice part is it'll let you type things out in those so that you can see what they look like. Like, hello there. And then it gives you a preview. Okay, so if you really like that one, or if you want to go through and click. Oh no, I bogged down the computer clicking too fast. You can go through and click all the different fonts. You can also go in and look at the color palette. So you will decide that and also limit it down to just a small number of colors. Because we don't want 16 different reds in our book. We want to choose like this is our red, this is our green, this is our yellow. And then we'll kind of make that our focal point. Black and white are always in there. Oh, I'll have to find the Mustang blue. I'm thinking it's this one. I think it's the 7/8. I'll have to look it up. But we'll have the Mustang blue in there just in case we do that. And then we'll kind of work around and build a palette for our actual theme. Okay, out of that, back out to the book. That's the basics of it. It gets a little more complicated when we actually start putting photos in. But if you're adding photos, you can go add a photo, upload from your computer. I find it's easiest if I email them to myself or plug my phone in and drag them off my phone if you're using your phones. But we have this option. And then we also have a program called Image Share, which will be a whole other tutorial. And then we have where we can tag people so we can see if we've used that person in the yearbook or not yet. Like if they've not been used or not been featured in the yearbook anywhere, we'll try to make sure we get to them. Okay, then you would normally click save, but I didn't want to save that example. And then come back out to the book. Now you'll be able to see everybody's pages all year, so I can see your work at all times. So just keep that kind of noted that as long as you're saving and updating, I'll be able to see what you're working on. Okie doke, that's the end of this one. Hopefully that helps you see a little bit more of the parts of Balfour.